Hey, all happy Monday. It's going to be a fantastic week, isn't it, Trent?
The clap's gonna be in there, I think.
Oh, is it? Well, that's okay. That's
We'll
fine.
keep
I'm trying to get Trenton's spirits up. The poor boy was sick again last week. Unbelievable. Very fortunate. We normally don't record all of our videos at one setting, and we did the prior Saturday.
I don't know why we did that, though.
I don't either. We just had the time, and we did it.
Good idea on us.
And when did you get sick?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, man.
Tuesday.
You said, yeah, because I was trying to text you, and you didn't answer all day till like 8:00 at night.
Yep.
Which is unusual for you.
Yeah.
It's not unusual for Trent not to answer for a few hours.
Yeah.
That's not unusual, but he usually sooner or later. And sure enough, he texted me. He said, "Sorry, dude, I worked till noon, and you've been passed out the rest of the time till 8:00."
Yeah, and it sucks because I hate laying in bed, and I'm like, I don't have any energy to move, so I'm like, man, I should lay in bed, but I'm tired of sleeping. I'm tired of being, and I was just irritated the whole time. But in the meantime, when I was out sick, we got a couple deliveries of several different bottles.
Yes.
And we thought we'd just lump the reviews all into one kind of video.
Brand new. All these are brand new. We've never tasted any of them.
Nope.
And I'm looking forward to it because this looks like an incredible lineup.
Well, we got an American single malt. We got a double or a toasted bourbon. We got a rice whiskey, and we got a rye. So we got quite this smorgasbord.
There you go. You got it out.
Yeah. Cool.
There's no question.
Where should we start?
Well, we will start on your end.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'm
looking forward to that for sure.
This one is I think it's Raconteur is how you say it.
So.
I'm not an English major.
I believe so. No, you're not.
No.
Neither am I.
But this is actually from David Jennings or Rarebird 101. They had the previous batch. We unfortunately didn't get to pick that one up, but we did. This is batch 2, the Brazen batch. This is a combination of 3 different unique Indiana distilled 95.5 rye whiskeys. With each of those different whiskeys have a minimum age of 7 years. Straight rye whiskey aged in new charred oak straight rye whiskey aged in 48-month cured toasted oak, and straight rye whiskey finished in a second fill Mizunara oak cask that previously held a 17-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon. This is 122.74 proof. Wow. That was a mouthful.
That sounds amazing. We did get a sample from David on the first one.
Oh, the first one we did.
A sample. And
you reviewed it on Patreon.
I did it for Patreon.
That's right.
Yeah, and I can't remember what was going on in our life at that moment, but there was something happening.
I think I was sick then,
I think it was my mom, too.
Oh, was it?
That was having a lot of issues there, and we just couldn't get it out on YouTube in an appropriate time fashion. But I am thrilled. David's a good man. He's a good friend of ours, and I enjoy everything that he does in the whiskey world, especially Wild Turkey.
It's interesting seeing a rye coming from him with his vast turkey knowledge.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, Trenton, that first one blew me away.
Yeah,
It was really good.
I didn't get to try that one. I don't
You
think.
got to be kidding.
Yeah. No, I don't think
apologize.
I did. I was sicker on the
I
time.
drank
I
it
think.
all too, so it's gone.
No, I did try the last little sample that you had.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I think this is $129.99 the price, and I think it's like 1,000 bottles the whole batch. So batch 2. You can buy it. I think it's an exclusive to Bourbon Outfitters, or you can purchase it on Bourbon Outfitters. I think at the beginning of September. Okay. Yeah.
Glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Trent, I'm just getting loads of golden honey, just loads of beautiful, delectable.
Delectable. Yeah, that word.
Yeah.
Dude, that is the most honey thing.
It's just wonderful. I could just pour
Is it
this.
finished in a honey?
No, but I could pour this over my head and be happy with it.
It's really just like a really nice oak and honey thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bit of a cherry, but mostly honey. Man. If I was smelling this and I didn't know what it was, I'd guess this is a honey finish.
And I would think, Trent, it's not strong herbal. It's not like certain ryes, but to me, it's like if you really mixed in some choice herbs with that honey and let it sit.
What's a choice herb?
For me,
yeah,
it's not like parsley. It's not that.
Oh,
It's
I like
more
that.
like the, like tarragon and
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
those kind and basil and just
The good ones.
the good ones. How about that? And you just mix it in with that honey, and you let that sit off to the side for something you want to do with another time. And let it just marinate together.
That's
For extended period of time. Wonderful.
It's got a really nice barrely note to it. This is my first drink in like a week, and I am.
Well, you're starting out strong, man.
I am, and I'm a little sick still, so maybe pay attention to what Kurt's
That's
saying.
my
more.
first
You
sip of
probably
the
do.
day, so I'm watering. My mouth's watering, a little higher proof. Wow. There's my tasting notes. Wow.
I gotta do it again.
Yeah.
You do get the wood, or the what's in there is a Japanese oak, right? So you get, it's like a faint oakiness. I do get it's like super juicy.
Oh,
Juice City.
no doubt. I'm doing everything not to have it just rolling down my chin.
Yeah. You get a little bit of that
Amazing.
oak. You get a lot of bit of that honey. That mouthfeel is insane.
Oh,
A nice proof point.
Oh.
I do get a little bit of like a minty, herbally kind of a note there with the honey.
yeah, for sure.
But I mean, really, it's...
Do you get that cherry note at all?
I do.
On the palate?
Yeah, I do.
I thought I did for a split second. It's not predominant, but there is a form of a red fruit there. So that cherry sounds good to me. But yeah, it's wonderfully done. But what can I say about that? David,
Can I take this
David,
one home? or-
you're the right guy, buddy. I'm never gonna beat you down on that. Just save me a few sips now.
Yeah, I got you.
because
That's
David,
a fantastic job.
and everybody that's involved there. Who does
Wow.
he partner with? I think it says on the back somewhere.
Woodwork Collective.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I don't, whatever their part is in this too.
Yeah.
Congrats to all of y'all
Yeah.
because that's phenomenal.
That's a great batch.
Yeah.
Again, you can buy it on Bourbon Outfitters, I think at the beginning of September. Next.
Yep.
We were at JT Mellick early last year.
Early last
It
year.
was still kind of chilly outside. And we were talking with Mia at JT Mellick, and she mentioned that they had a 6-year coming out. And that immediately perked my interest because their 4-year, their cast strength, everything that JT
what I
Mellick
was
does is
looking for.
fantastic.
Yeah.
This is their first 6-year. It's the Legacy edition. And I think also this may have been a distillery only thing, or they might be able to sell it online. I'm not entirely sure of the specifics. I paid $91.99 for this,
Okay.
and I'm really excited. It's like super dark.
Yeah.
This is rice whiskey. Keep in mind. If you haven't had JT Mellick stuff before, give it a shot of it.
I was waiting to see.
I can't really smell, dude. That is grape AF. No, dude, put your nose in that.
I hate it when you say that. You know that. That's what you're doing on
No,
purpose.
What? AF or
Yeah,
grape?
just stop.
Just smell it though.
Go for that. It's pretty good. It's pretty creepy.
It's like
That's just like grape bubble yum. Because you get the bubble yum
dude,
gum.
That's
it's like intense
insane.
grape
That's insane, dude. That color is
with a
wild.
little bit of toffee.
I don't get much. Well, I don't know. I still have
But
to eat more toffee to
I
get it.
said intense grape with a little bit of toffee. Wild.
If this wasn't aged in like a Jolly Rancher barrel of some sort, that is wow.
Wow. It's amazing how that whiskey changed a little bit just from that extra, 2 years in the barrel compared to their regular releases and their single barrels that they do, cast strength, at 4 years.
It's interesting. I don't really quite get I don't think the grape transferred much. It's got this like, I don't know enough about the climate in Louisiana. Really, I know it's
Call
kind of.
Kevin.
I know it's kind of humid. This has got like maybe there is a little bit of a grape note still. It's like if you let a grape Jolly Rancher like sit out in the sun and just like melt over a barrel. Mm-hmm. I get a little maybe toffee too. I don't know. I'm struggling with the toffee.
Yeah, to me, that grape note is still there, and it's almost, and I'm not going to say all the way, but it's almost leaning towards Concord grape to me, like a Welch's style.
I don't know.
Palate.
It's a little seedy.
Not quite.
It's a little seedy. It's got this like, if you were to accidentally eat the seed of a Concord grape, is that the one that had the seeds in it? Mm-hmm. I've accidentally eaten a seed from a cherry once. I bit in a little too hard and I ate the seed of the cherry. It's got a little bit of this like raw, pitty kind of a profile.
And that's how I think the oak note comes out with this rice whiskey.
Yeah.
In that form of a flavor, because I was trying to start with it. It's got a little bit of a wood note in there. It's 6 years, so it's got a little bit more age to it. You don't catch a lot of wood notes in their regular releases.
No,
in my opinion.
No, you don't.
This one does, but that's a good way to put it out there.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Nice job.
110 proof, so right up my alley.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That
Ooh, that's a good proof point. I don't think I mentioned that.
Right up my alley.
All right.
Yeah, this one,
I didn't know this was coming out.
Peerless. They always do great things.
They do. I really like Peerless. They do.
Toasted Peerless bourbon. This one here, Trenton, 109.4 proof, batch 2. So that's another one that's right in my wheelhouse.
109.2
for a little bit elevated proof. Yeah, non-chill filtered, barrel proof. I forgot to mention too. Raconteur is also unfiltered.
Oh, okay. Good enough.
I read it on the back later.
Okay.
Before we started filming.
I really get a like vanilla cake batter on this, which is weird because I don't like cake.
Yeah, it's definitely some vanilla. Mm-hmm. To me, it's more of an icing, more of a sweet vanilla.
Okay.
But I can absolutely see the cake batter that you're talking about.
It's like cinnamon or like a pumpkin spice.
I'd say I'd say more Thanksgiving type spices going on with that.
It's like a light dusting of like a spiced cranberry.
Have you ever gotten that on the aromas
No.
for a toasted or a double oak type product? I have
like
not.
Thanksgiving?
I have not either. Mm-mm. No.
Usually, I mean, Thanksgiving food. And comment below too after I say this. Thanksgiving food is incredibly mid. Thanksgiving is fine. I mean, the thing I look forward to after Thanksgiving is the leftovers because I just put a roll and mashed potatoes and some turkey on a thing and I just go to town. But I could eat that any day of the week. So why are we? Also, I don't eat for like. Why is Thanksgiving the only meal and it's at like 2:00? And then I don't eat a lot of food all in one sitting. So I'll eat for like 20 minutes and then I get up and everybody's like, "Oh, that's all you're having?" And it's like, yeah, I don't want to like feel like trash for the rest of the day. So then I'll come back. Like most of us? Yeah, so I'll come back and I'll come back an hour later and I'll get a little bit more food. And I'm constantly eating small things for the whole day rather than loading up my 2 plates of nasty stuffing and canned cranberry sauce. Get out of here with that cranberry sauce. Nasty.
I can't argue that. I know everybody's going to think I'm the old guy of the group, but I'm with him. I know that might stir up some controversy, but I'm not for it either, bud.
Nope.
I'm not big on the whole Thanksgiving traditional type meal.
I mean, I love mashed potatoes, but they got to be skin-on lump mashed potatoes. They can't be powdered, and they just can't be like whipped, and there's no texture to it. Give me the skin and the lumps. Okay. Mashed potatoes, yeah, really adds a lot of depth to. Anyways,
here we are.
Yeah, the nose is nice.
It is. It's got a little bit of light brownie note to it too.
Ooh. I get the brownie.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say that's predominant on the palate. Is that light chocolate brownie note?
It's like the brownie bites that you'd get on like a flight, Southwest or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a little bit marshmallowy, just a bit. I look for that though when it comes to toasted and double oaks, but not predominant. But that light brownie note is strong.
The only thing that I could knock it for is, and keep in mind I'm sick, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, but I think the finish is a little bit flat, and the mouthfeel towards the end is pretty sparse.
Yeah, well, I'm not intentionally, but you know how we all are. We measure it up to other releases, and I'm measuring it up in my mind to their double oak release, and it doesn't stack up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying, how much was this?
$92.99.
Okay, I'm not saying that it's bad in any ways. It's enjoyable, definitely enjoyable, but it falls pretty short, in my humble opinion, to their double oaked effort. But,
And I agree. I think the double oak is a lot more robust. It's got a lot more flavor in it, and I mean it is a double oak. Their double oak rye or their double oak bourbon, I think, are fantastic.
Yep.
I think the double oak bourbon is maybe $5 or $10 more or less than what this one was. So if I had to, I would pick the double oak all day, every day. But that's our preference, I think.
Yeah,
I still think this is a really solid attempt. I like it.
enjoyable.
Yeah, very good.
All right, buddy. Well, we got Westward. Hey, one of my favorite single malt distilleries, that's for sure. American single malt distilleries. You knew more about this than I did, pal. I do believe this was a distillery only, was it not? Or was it? We struggled with that conversation. This is their bottled and bond, so it is 100 proof.
Similar to how New Riff has a whiskey club, Westward has a whiskey club. And I think it's similar where they release them to their whiskey club. It's free, from what I remember. You can sign up, I think it is on their website. And you will get emails when they have a release come out, and this is a part of that. I think they do a couple releases a year. I don't know the shipping and restrictions and everything. You'd have to look at the terms and conditions of their whiskey club, TOS, terms of service. But I was really excited when I saw this came out.
Yeah.
Anything Westward, I'm excited.
I'm up for trying it.
Yeah.
If it has Westward,
Look,
one of my favorites, if not my favorite, American single malt distillery.
I think about 10 or 15 years ago, Skittles made chocolate Skittles.
Get out of here. I didn't know that.
They
For
did.
real? Well,
They
you
did.
would know. Don't question Trent.
I would.
When it comes to candy, don't do it.
And this is giving me very much, it's like very sweet chocolate, milk chocolate type of a vibe.
Yes, but with a nice vibrant cherry note in there too. There's a vibrant fruit note going on there as well, along with that milk chocolate loveliness.
4 year, right?
Trent, I looked on here and I could have missed it. I tried to get the age on it. It doesn't have to be 4 years to be bottled and bond, but I would assume that it is, and that's just an assumption. I don't see it on here. So I would assume it's a 4-year product. It is bottled and bond and 100 proof.
It's got a super nice I get a little bit of like a wet cardboard note at the end of the nose.
Okay.
But the up front is like really just robusty, chocolatey cherry.
Yeah.
I do get like a deep, almost like an aged cherry, something like that. Oh, jeez.
It's wonderful.
How do they do that?
I don't know. The viscosity, even. Everything I've ever sipped from Westward has elevated viscosity, thickness, mouthfeel.
Now, stick with me here, because I'm going to say something that might not make a whole lot of sense. Imagine you licked a piece of Scotch tape. I get a little bit of that, but it's in a good way. Like, I like it. It's really nice.
Licking Scotch tape in a good way.
Yeah, I can't. It's got to be the matte Scotch tape, though. It can't be the clear stuff.
Well,
it's
of
gotta
course.
It's got to be the matte Scotch tape.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then that only makes perfect sense.
I stole a lot of school supplies when I was a kid. So
That is true. That is not a lie. That is absolutely.
Are we outside the room for, what do they call that when you can't get sued or taken to prosecuted?
Trent.
I don't think I can be tried for stealing school supplies 25 years ago.
I don't think so.
Okay, that's good.
No.
Or 20
but
years ago.
If there's one kid that should have been back in the day, it would have been you.
Yeah. Buy it.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. their barley and how they go about their business of distilling is very unique, and they own it.
Yeah.
You know, and this is what they do. They're not a distillery that, oh, we'll do bourbon. No, we'll slip out some, you know, a little bit of rye whiskey. No. American single malt. This is what Westward is, what they do. And they own it, and they thrive on it.
And they
I don't know how they do it, and they crush it.
All, if not most of the folks that come from Westward are have some ties to the like the craft brewing, beer brewing kind of a past. Mm-hmm. So they are really good at the barley and just really bringing all those pieces together and making it into their own thing. And it's absolutely fantastic. This is my number one thing on here. I'll say that. I think this is absolutely fantastic. Join their whiskey club if you are a big fan of single malts. I'll see if I can find a link to the description. We're a part of it.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely amazing. I think this is about $99 on their whiskey club. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that accounts for tax or shipping or anything. So keep that in mind. Wow.
Well, you got started on your ranking of what we've tasted today. And thank you for bringing all this down. This has been a great tasting here today, and I hope you've enjoyed it as well. But what would your ranking be? You already got it started, so.
I would go first, second, third, fourth.
Okay, very good. I'm going to have to upset the apple cart a little bit. I loved this one here. And how many times have you seen me push a rye whiskey to the front of my list?
You putting a rye first?
Number one. I love this. Ooh. I did. I thought it was fabulous. As you all know, and I've stated before, I love Westward and I love what they do in American single malt category, but that has to be my second today, and third and fourth. I'll follow suit with Trent.
I'm really surprised.
Yeah.
That's a shocker.
All great, though. No clunkers in this list.
No. Very, very surprising.
Yeah.
If you've tried any of these, let us know what you think in the comments below. I usually don't close this out, so you got anything else?
No. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm thrilled with this tasting. I loved it.
This was awesome.
All right, guys, we had a great time. Hope you did as well. We ask you to always please drink responsibly. And we'll see you next time right down here with Trent and me in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.